Friday in math? Starts with an A. Okay, on Friday in math, we talked about mental math, but we talked about addition. Okay, do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that or no?
We talked about mental math, and it was on one of our independent work pages from last week.
Yep, so today we're going to continue talking about mental math, but today we're going to talk about subtraction in mental math, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you this anchor chart that's similar to the one we did on Friday, except for this one's on subtraction. So let me go ahead and share my camera. Okay, so let me just go ahead and cover what we're not looking at. All right, so the same as addition, here are some strategies that you can use to help your brain try and solve a problem with subtraction in your head. All right, so we have the empty number line. Okay, so that means we're going to start with the bigger number. So we started with 54, which is over here because it's the bigger number, so it's to the right. And then we took away 27. So I took away 4. Okay, so I like to work with a group of 10, so that's why I took away the 4. And then I took away a 20 to get 30. And then I took away 3 more to get to 27, and I got to 27. So my answer is 27. Okay, and then I use the empty number line the same way, except for I started at 27, and then I added 3, and then I added 4, and then I added 20. So you could use the empty number line for both addition and subtraction to find the answer to subtraction problem. All right, and then number sentence. So just like with addition, 54 minus 27 equals 27. So I did 54 minus 4 to get 50. 50 minus 3 to get 47, and then 47 minus 20 to get to 27. And then these 3, if I add those together, equal 27. So 54 minus 27 equals 27. The next strategy is just the algorithm or borrowing. So I have 54 minus 27. So I can't take 7 away from 4. So I had to borrow from the 5. So I have 4 left over here, and now I have 14 minus 17, or 14 minus 7 would equal 7. And then 4 minus 2 equals 2. And then the last 2 we'll talk about is check with addition. So if I use the algorithm, and then I'm going to go ahead and check that with addition. So 27 plus 27 equals 54. So 27, 27, 54. So that is correct. And then I can go ahead and estimate. So I'm going to round 54 to 50 and 27 to 30. So if I do 50 minus 30, my answer should be about 20. Is 27 about 20? Yep, so that's how we use estimating. All right. So now that we know some of those strategies, we're going to go ahead and practice mental math in our head. So that means you're going to try and solve this in your head without writing it down, okay? Yes, does that make sense? Okay, here we go. So let's start off easy. Let's do 36 minus 8. What does that equal? Go ahead and solve that in your head. Don't shout it out yet. Go ahead and solve that in your head. 36 minus 8. All right, and then who can tell me the answer to this? What is 36 minus 8? Let's go with Heavenly. I'm gonna leave myself enough room. Heavenly, do you have the answer? Do you want me to call on someone else?
29.
Close, it's not 29. You're super close though. Kamaya?
27.
You're also super close. Paxton?
28.
There you go, 28. All right, so now that I know that 36 minus 8 equals 28, does anyone have a strategy they want to share with us of how they got to this problem? Let me scroll to see hands. Does anyone have a strategy they want to share? No. All right, so I'll go ahead and share mine. So what I did is I saw that there is 6 and 8, so I did 36 minus 6 to get 30. And then I knew that I needed to subtract 2 more to get to 8. So I did 30 minus 2 to get 28 as our answer. Okay, but if I add the 6 and the 8 together, that's how I got my 8. That's how I get to 8. So I just broke it up so it's easier for me to do in my head, okay?
I understand. Tell her. You don't understand.
My mom doesn't
Yes.
understand.
No, you don't understand.
Nina, what's your question?
I don't understand.
Okay, so we are just looking at different strategies to help us solve these subtraction problems. So we did 36 minus 8, which is 28. And then I shared my strategy I used, which was 36 minus 6 to get to 30. And then I took that 30 minus 2 to get to 28. And then Nino, if I add the minus 6 and the minus 2 together, it's 8.
36.
So the 8 here and the 8 here are the same. I just broke up that 8, so it was easier for me to subtract in my head.
36 minus 6 equals, 36 minus 6 equals 30. 30 minus 2 equals 28.
Yep. So I just broke that 8 up into 6 and 2, so it was easier for me to subtract in my head, okay? Does that make sense, Nina?
Yes.
All right, let's do another one. We'll do maybe 2 or 3 more. So I'll go ahead and hopefully someone can share their strategy with us. We'll go this way. Let's do 87 minus 21. So go ahead and solve that in your head. All right, and then who has this answer? All right, Oscar, go ahead. Gotta unmute yourself.
66.
You're right, it's 66. And then who has a strategy for me of how they got to this answer?
I have a strategy.
Oscar, you have a strategy? All right, go ahead and share that with us.
So I put 87 minus 20 and I knew that was 67. So I made 1 go down, and I know 1 minus 67 is 66. So that's how I got the answer.
Very nice. So Oscar, you did the same kind of strategy I did with the last one. Trying to get rid of this glare. I don't know. Okay, so what Oscar did is he broke apart that 21. Oh, I love that Kamai is giving him a silent praise. Let's go ahead and give Oscar a silent praise for sharing his strategy. All right, thank you, Oscar, for sharing your strategy. So what Oscar did was he broke apart that 21. I don't know if this is getting rid of the glare or not. So he broke up that 21 into 20 and 1 because 87 minus 20 is a little bit easy in your brain to get to 67, and then 67 minus 1 equals 66. All right, very nice strategy, Oscar. Does anyone else have a strategy they want to share with us? Oh, I think I saw a hand. Anyone else? Irisu?
I did like the 10s and the 1s. I went down.
You did the algorithm, so you did. Is that what you did, Irisu?
Yeah.
All right, so this is what Irisu did. He did the algorithm, so he did 7 minus 1 to get to 6, and then 8 minus 2 equals 6. Very nice job. Let's give Irisu a round of silent praise for sharing his strategy. Nice job, Irisu. Thank you. All right, and then I will take one more strategy if we have one more. If not, we'll move on to the next question. All right, here we go to the next question. Let me erase my board. Flip it back over. All right, let's do Let's do 65 minus 14. So go ahead and think of that answer in your head. Do not shout it out yet. All right, and then who has the answer to this problem? What is 65 minus 14? Vaughn. Vaughn. Okay, who has the answer to this problem? 65 minus 14. Raise your hands again. Gabe.
51.
You are correct. It is 51. I don't think I left myself enough room. I'm going to move it over. All right, and then who has a strategy they want to share of how they got to 51? Of how they got to 51. Let me scroll to see hands. All right, Paxton, we haven't heard from you. So what is a strategy that you used?
I did. So it was 65 minus 14. I did 65 minus 10, and then I did 55 minus 4, and that leaves me with 51.
Very nice. So let's give Paxton a round of silent praise for sharing his strategy. Nice job, Paxton. Thank you for sharing. All right, so what Paxton did is he broke apart that 14 into 10 and 4. So he did 65 minus 10 equals 55. And then 55 minus 4 equals 51. All right. Does anyone else have a strategy they want to share? Kamaya, is your hand raised? All right, go ahead and unmute yourself. What's your strategy?
I did the up and down thing.
Yeah.
Then I just did 5 minus 4. I know that equals 1.
Yep.
And 6 minus 1, I know that equals 5.
Very nice. So you got to 51. All right. Let's give Kamaya a round of silent praise for sharing her strategy. Silent praise for Kamaya. Nice job, Kamaya. Thank you for sharing. All right, so Kamaya just did the traditional algorithm. She did 5 minus 4 equals 1, and then 6 minus 5. 6 minus 1 equals 5 to get 51. All right, do we have any other strategies? Nope. All right, so let me go ahead and show you what your independent work will look like today. Okay, where do I find my math independent work? Where do I find my math independent work? Oscar?
You go to math, then you scroll down to Monday.
Yep, so I'm going to go to math and then I'm going to scroll to Monday. But today in math, I changed up our small groups. So Niley, Paxton, Charlie, Gabe, Oscar, you're going to stay on and we are going to work in our small group, okay? And then I'll go ahead and show you our Monday independent work. So you have the mental math, which is subtraction. So you'll click on that worksheet. You'll say, make a copy. Remember to share it with me or else I don't get it and I can't see if you turned it in. So what you'll do is you will type in the answer. Okay, and then over here you can tell me what strategy you use, all right? So if you want to say you broke apart down here, if you want to say you broke apart the 15, you can, okay? So there's 2 text boxes that you will type in, okay? And then let me go back to Canvas. Heavenly, what's your question?
Do we
You muted yourself.
have to do the strategy? Say which strategy we want to do.
Yep, I want you to tell me what strategy you use to help your brain, okay?
Oh, okay.
And if you don't know the name of the strategy, just try to explain it to me, okay?
All right.
Oscar, I'm going to rename you back to Oscar. And don't change it back, okay? All right, and then you are going to try to log into Extra Math again today. So if you can't log into Extra Math, just skip it. And then you have Dreambox for 15 minutes. Okay, so what happens if I can't log into Extra Math? Who can tell me? Who can tell me? If I can't get logged into Extra Math, what do I do? Kamaya.
Skip it and go to Dreambox.
Yep, so just skip it if you can't get logged in, but that means you need to try to log in.
What do you need to do, Dreambox, if it doesn't load?
Dreambox should load, but if it doesn't, Oscar, let me know, okay?
No, I said if extra math doesn't work, do you have to do
Oh.
Dreambox?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to do Dreambox, whether extra math loads or not, okay?